Well, we finally got a day of sunshine here where I'm at, and so I figured I'd do this video outside. It's a beautiful day, but as you can tell, we got quite a bit of snow here over the past week or so. And along with the snow has been this newfound shift of energy that I'm sure you guys have felt it too, or have felt some kind of semblances of it, or any kind of marveling of newfound energy. But it seems to me that the new energy that's rushing in is a bit heavy. I mean, there's just a lot of heavy stuff, and when things are real, things start to hit us a bit differently, you know. Things are a bit more weighty, and things are more, well, you have to be a bit more responsible for things and people around you when the energy is heavy and the energy is real. Because when people are just lost in their fake reality and delusions and such, it seems to me like, well, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do, and you can act as if there's no consequences, even though we all know that's not the case. We all know that in this life there's always going to be consequences to actions, and that doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be negative connotations that are going to be attached to those actions or consequences, but it means that you're going to have to be fulfilled through how you choose to be and how you choose to become, and the kinds of decisions you make, and just the way you think. You know, are you really thinking about the right kinds of things? Are you really thinking in a proper way in which there's going to be sophistication, understanding, wisdom, mercy, justice, and truth that are aligned with you and your being? There's so many people that are going through a shift right now, I think, because obviously, well, not just the weather's changing, but it seems to me that the more the weather changes, it has a definite impact on the environment. You know, there's people that, I guess you could say that the people have more of an understanding of grit and true work in times like this, where people are always going to have to shovel. They're going to have to work out on the roads and help people get out of their driveways, and you see all kinds of crazy stuff on the road when, you know, there's a bunch of snow going on. And there's definitely more of a community feel. You know, there's people that I don't know, you just get the sense that you're not so alone, you know, and you're all suffering together in some sense. And even if you do feel alone, I suppose, but I guess what I'm trying to get at here is the energy shifting, and I want to know if other people are feeling it. You know, I want to see if my intuition and my instincts are holding up to what I believe is to be the case and to be true. Because when times like this are shifting and spring is approaching, even though it doesn't really look like it here, but spring is approaching, and I've already heard people talk about how they're not ready for the school semester to end. And it's like, didn't it just start? You know, people are constantly thinking about the future or the past and whatnot, and whenever people are anxious about the future, you know that they are in some kind of form of anxiety of what's to come, obviously. But why exactly is that? Well, they're living in the future. You see, when you are in a form of depression, you're living in the past. You're living in something that is no longer now. And when you're in anxiety, you're living in the future. And so many people are hindered by this inability to live in the moment. This is one of the reasons why meditation is so important, and I advocate for meditation for everybody. A lot of people think meditation is emptying your mind, and that couldn't be further from the truth. You know, meditation is noticing what it's like to exist as who you are now. That's the way that I describe it. And it means that you're noticing what it's like to exist as this human being walking the planet that we live on, and to just notice what it's like to be who you are. I mean, this is something that many people, they don't want to recognize. They don't want to accept that, we can't satisfy all of our fleshly desires. We can't satisfy all these worldly pursuits that we want to attain. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't do things that are not worth anything, or that we can't do things that are not going to fulfill us. But, people oftentimes get caught up and stopped in their own tracks by their own overthinking. I genuinely think that overthinking is going to be the cause of many people's spiritual disruption nowadays. And the lack of tranquility that is permeating the society is mainly due because of all of the iniquity that people are committing. They're not wanting to repent. They're not wanting to move towards something that which is better for their well-being. They're wanting to stay in this abstract, la-la land and unsophisticated mindset in which they think that they can be completely absolved from responsibility and discipline and meaning. And I know what that's like. I know what it's like to want to be dissolved from responsibilities. I know what it's like to be yearning for the dissension of accountability. I know what it's like to want to ensure that you're not seen by anybody. And I'm not necessarily saying that fame is important, but I will say that having a platform in which you can reach a multitude of people, and now that I think about it, it's kind of like digital real estate in some sense. You get to have a part of the digital space in which you can create whatever you want to create. And if you're early to the show, then good for you. That's great. That's glad to see that there's people out there that are wanting to build something like that. But a lot of people are just wanting to get clout and fame. They're not wanting to build something, and I think that's another thing that's going on with this energy shift is people are realizing they've got to build stuff. They're realizing that they can't just sit idly by and wait for other people to make the decisions for them anymore in this life. You can't wait for other people. You can't wait for somebody to come save you. And I know that's a cliche thing to say, but man, is it true? You cannot wait for people to come save you. Nobody's going to save you except for Jesus Christ himself. And the only way to get closer to Jesus Christ is through faith. But, it's really about how noticing this kind of energy is not just affecting you, but it's also affecting other people at large. It's affecting the multitudes of people. And a lot of people are not prepared for messages like this. A lot of people are not prepared to face reality. And that is what it is. And, it's going to be what it's going to be. But what's really cool is when you can accept the shifts of energy and you can accept that there's more to you than you are right now. You could be more. And it's not to say that maybe you're not doing enough or you're not enough. It's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm advocating for you to think about. But what I'm saying is that there's something better that you could be putting your attention toward. And it's great if you want to work out, for example, or if you want to work on your business, or you want to work on a project or a creative piece of art that you're working on or whatnot, whatever it is that you want to be doing, I say go for it. Go for it and manifest your dreams into reality, because we only get one life, and life is a lot shorter than we want to believe it is. But that doesn't mean that it's not worth anything. And that doesn't mean that there's not something that we can do about it. The thing that we can do about it, the thing that we have control over, is how we're going to move in this life and how we're going to act in accordance to the surrounding environment that is there. There's a lot of degeneracy in the world right now. There's a lot of misunderstandings. There's a lot of hate. And if you're somebody that is trying to be spiritually fulfilled and live a life of righteousness, I mean, you're just not going to be understood by the world, and you're going to have to be okay with that. It's just going to be part of the process. And, you know, that it is what it is. And that's that. But, you know, guys, I wanted to come through and make this video and just kind of do a check-in and see how everybody's doing, and also give a message that is going to inspire you to take action. That's what I want to see more of. I love to see people that are wanting to make certain moves in their life, but you know what's even cooler is to see the people actually take action and make moves. You know, I only work with people that are actually taking action. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what kind of action you're taking, right? It just matters that you're moving somewhere. You're stumbling toward that which you want to see as the perceived highest ideal that you can possibly imagine. If you're stumbling toward that, it's better than falling into the abyss and the void of nothingness and just living just to live. All right? So with all that being said, I hope this message was useful and insightful for you. If you do want to join the Regal Change Academy, where we have people that are building their minds, bodies, and souls each and every day, we've got the free Discord channel as well as the paid community. In the paid community, we just started the Legends of Stoicism class series. That'll be going for another 7 weeks after this week. We'll meet every Saturday. So if you want to enroll in that, now's the time. Like we're starting, and you know the enroll time is closing. So however, if you do want to just join the Regal Change Academy as a whole, where this is an elite spiritual academy, okay? We're learning practical sides of life, emotional sides of life, spiritual sides of life, you name it, that's what we're going through. We've also got classes for you that you can do on your own time and participate in on your own time with quizzes and tasks according to the classes, etc. We also have a weekly Bible study, a weekly Regal Assembly call where we talk about a variety of different topics and subjects. And then we've also got a weekly Maps of the Psyche class now that we're doing. And then in the free Discord channel, we have a free ebook for you that you can check out. We also have meditation guides, fitness guides, etc. So I do appreciate everybody moving from the YouTube platform over to X, Rumble, and Instagram. I appreciate your guys' extra support. And with all that being said, I mean, you can take a look. I don't know if the lighting is kind of a bit off here now, but man, what a beautiful place. I feel so blessed to be able to live here. There are mountains over there, but I don't think you might be able to see them in the reflection of my my glasses, but man, it's just a beautiful place. I feel so blessed to live here and to just be alive. So I appreciate all of you. If the energy is shifting and it's super heavy, that's okay. You know, take it for what it is and move accordingly. But peace be with you all. Until next time.